Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode. I was about to say the number episode, but I forgot which number it is. So welcome to another.
Aren't we on 11 or 12? I swear
it's a number.
I don't know. We'll figure it out later. Yeah.
Welcome to an unspecified numbered episode of Far Off Films. I'm Luca from Luca's Films, and yeah. Hello.
I am Jules from the channel The Walrus Man.
And I'm Timmy from Tim Jong-un Productions.
And we are loving the podcast.
Life.
Yep.
Anyway.
We're trolling.
Yeah, we've got a lot to talk about, so I think Jules just fire away. Just go.
Yeah, say your thing. What happened this time?
I kind of forgot about the movie news today, so I was just going to ask you guys, did you see the Indiana Jones trailer?
I did, yeah. I'm
excited. I'm very, very excited.
I mean, I'll just say this, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull also had a good trailer. Just saying, so...
You said that, and I watched it and had a lame trailer.
Really? Because I remember...
Yeah.
Because I remember when because I have the boxed set.
It's like the most early 2000s trailer ever.
But I don't know, maybe it's like nostalgia talking, because I went to go see in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull with my parents, like, in theater, and I was hyped by the trailer, because I have the box set of the Indiana Jones saga, and before they start the movie, they just play the trailer for Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and it starts, it's like, first he, like, something with the Ark, and then he conquered a Temple of Doom, and then defeated an army of evil, and
then
now...
That's not the trailer I saw as a kid.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, it was actually kind of a cool one, so it's like, oh, this is... If I didn't know this was a piece of shit movie, I would be like, wow, this looks pretty good, So, yeah.
I think with this new one coming out, it's inevitable we're going to get the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is actually underrated.
Oh my god.
It's not actually that bad.
Jeez.
You know what's going to happen.
It'd be like the misunderstood masterpiece of Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Fuck off. It's like...
No, it fucking sucks.
Because there were a ton of those for the Star Wars prequels when Force Awakens and Last Jedi came out. I'm like, okay, look, like... The prequels aren't as bad as people say they are, but, like, let's not pretend they're, like, good movies suddenly. Like, come on. But, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Indiana Jones. He's a personal hero of mine. He was, like, a cinematic hero of mine growing up, and I love I love the trilogy. I almost said I love all the movies. I was like, that's a lot. Raiders of the Lost Ark, one of my favorite movies ever. I think Temple of Doom is
favorite.
The better Indiana Jones follow-up, if I'm being honest. I like it more than Last Crusade. Last Crusade's still a good movie, but I love Temple of Doom a lot. Yeah. And the trailer, I mean, I liked it, There was surprisingly a lot of, like, cool visual shots, like there was the... Did you guys see, like, the de-aging of, like, Harrison Ford or whatever when they, like, uncovered his, like,
it looked actually pretty good.
Yeah, it didn't look half bad.
It didn't look, like, uncanny.
It didn't look like, fucking, like, Moff Tarkin in, like, Rogue One or fucking whatever, or, like, Princess Leia. It didn't look like some Uncanny Valley, like, nightmare shit. It looked pretty decent.
Yeah.
So,
it didn't look like the fucking guy from Captain Marvel de-aged.
Oh, Samuel L. Jackson? Yeah, that was dumb. Yeah.
No, the other guy. What's his name?
Which one?
Fucking the agent man.
Oh, Phil Coulson or whatever his name is?
Yeah, that guy.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't care about Captain Marvel, but yeah, Indiana Jones, a lot of cool visual shots that
awesome.
I wasn't expecting. Yeah, like that parade with, like, the American flags or whatever, and I was like, am I on crack or something? Like, what's going on?
Well, Mangold's always been good with the visual stuff.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. He's never made he's never made a movie that I'd say that I love, but he's good at what he does. Yeah, like Logan was good. I didn't, like, love Ford v Ferrari or anything like that, but it was, like, a solidly well-directed film. I'll admit that.
Yeah, I thought that one was solid.
Yeah, so, yeah. Luca, do you have any attachment to Indiana Jones, or do you just not give a shit?
Yeah, I don't care about Indiana Jones, and I didn't watch the trailers, so.
So like none of this means anything to
Nope.
you, I guess.
Nope.
So.
But they have Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah, I was gonna say Mads
fuck.
Mikkelsen is playing the villain. Yeah.
Okay.
The Nazi guy.
Maybe a Nazi? What?
Yeah, they bring back the
even in
Nazis
films.
because they're so embarrassed about the fact that the Soviets were villains in the fourth one.
But it's because the Nazis are working for the Americans this time.
Ah, okay.
It's the space. They're doing the space race this time.
Oh god.
I wouldn't have minded if the Soviets returned as because they're just doing the same shit
Yeah.
that
I mean, it seems natural.
yeah, because
Of course they would be the enemies.
yeah, think about it from a historical time frame. Like, why are the Nazis the villains again? Not because they give a fuck about
I
historical
mean, it makes
accuracy.
sense why they are.
No,
Well,
but it's
no.
But this is the same shit that Disney pulled with Star Wars. When they made The Force Awakens, they were like, "Fuck, what are we gonna do?" No one liked the prequels. They had battle droids. Let's go back to making stormtroopers or whatever. It's the same shit here. It's oh fuck, no one liked
But
Kingdom
I
of the
mean,
Crystal Skull.
historically, it makes sense as to why the Nazis would be the bad guys again, even in the 1960s, because the Americans recruited a lot of former Nazis to take part in the
No.
space race.
I understand that. I'm just I mean, I don't know. Maybe I misremember. Stuff. They're wearing. They're wearing Nazi memorabilia.
They're wearing
and
the
shit.
uniforms.
Yeah, and I was okay, this is sort of a stretch, it made sense in King of the Crystal Skull. It's oh yeah, they're Soviets. They're wearing Russian uniforms and stuff like that. That's why I wouldn't have minded them, because it's the idea of Soviets being villains. It was not a bad idea in concept. In fact, I liked the premise of the Soviets being the new villains, because it's we're in a new era, because all the Indiana Jones films, specifically Raiders and Last Crusade, they took place before World War II. That made sense. Like Hitler and the Nazis were the villains, and now that King of the Crystal Skull takes place during the Cold War, it would make sense that the Soviets are the villains in this one. So it's
yeah,
this is just Disney doing their bullshit. Yeah. So yeah.
Also, I don't know about you, but the title I didn't really like.
I don't like the
Dial
title
of
either.
Destiny.
Yeah.
What's it
I think
called?
it's the alliteration is just it's called Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
That just makes
sounds
me
fun.
think it's
I don't know.
it's
Yeah, but the alliteration is throwing me off.
Well, I like alliteration, so.
yeah, but it's not as it doesn't have that oomph that it's not like Raiders or the Temple of Doom.
The Temple of Doom.
Yeah, exactly.
The Last
Crusade. Yeah, even Kingdom of the Crystal Skull had more of an oomph sounding title than Dial of Destiny, but
Kingdom of the
whatever.
Crystal Skull's too long though.
Yeah. I mean, George Lucas insisted on that. He insisted that the word kingdom would be in the film's title. So
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah,
I mean, no one refers to Raiders of the Lost Ark as Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah, but that's because it was marketed as just Raiders of the Lost Ark. They didn't know they were going to make sequels, so they just so that's just what happened, which is fine. I'm okay with that. Yeah. Yeah. How do we feel about Phoebe Waller-Bridge? Is that her name? As Indy's goddaughter.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine. I'm assuming she's gonna be like Marcus Brody's granddaughter or something.
I just want her to be like fucking Shia LaBeouf from King of the Crystal Skull, where she's like a fucking Italian greaser that rides motorcycles or fucking whatever. Oh god, I miss Shia LaBeouf sometimes.
Yeah, he's too busy hanging up a flag for 4chan to find.
He's too busy making up stories about his life and then making movies about that. So.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the peanut butter falcon.
I thought that was Honey Boy. Or whatever, they're all the same at the. Yeah, they're all the same at this point.
Yeah, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I mean, I'm cautiously optimistic because it's Star Wars is just fucked to the ground. Let's just be honest about that. Star Wars used to be this thing that we all liked, but then it just got anally fisted. And I'm just praying to Christ that doesn't happen to Indiana Jones. Because, I love Indiana Jones.
I mean, but it had already been anally fisted.
Well, like,
Same with Indiana Jones as well.
I mean, when I say anally fisted, I mean like what Star Wars is going through. It's like they're just fucking spamming shows and movies left and right, and like just ramming it with like all this like fan service and all this shit that like isn't what I liked about Star Wars to begin with. I just don't want anything like that.
There's going to
going
be
on
so
here.
much fan service in this new movie. There will be so much.
Yeah, like
And
they brought
apparently-
back Sala and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like, but that's fine. Like, they brought back
I mean, I'm
Solo
happy
in
with
Last
that, but
Crusade.
yeah.
Like, I'm fine with that. Yeah,
That's
it's like,
awesome.
and apparently Indy's not going to die in this one, but they want to make more indie films. But like, Harrison Ford's old. Like, what are you going to do? Make another
Harrison
indie
Ford's
film with
just
like?
said like I'll keep making them until I die. So, but I
Yeah,
don't know if that's gonna happen. Like,
do
he
I
might-
really
think
wanna
he might
see-
be kidding himself a little.
Yeah, it's like
How old is
indie.
he,
Like
actually?
Harrison Ford. Like part of what made the first three films.
He already
like,
looked old in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Yeah, but here it's like he's super
80.
old. He's like a geezer. Yeah.
No.
And it's like, and part of what I liked about the first three films is like Harrison Ford was like willing to put himself in those dangerous stunts. So it's like during like the truck chase or whatever and like Raiders, like part of that is him like physically putting himself in those dangerous situations. And it's like 80-year-old Harrison Ford's not going to do that anymore. Even if he wants to, his body can't physically keep up with that shit, you know? So,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's as old as Joe Biden.
that's the saddest part. I really was hoping.
Could you imagine? If there's anyone out there who is good at deep faking, could they deep fake Joe Biden into the Indiana Jones trailer?
Yeah. That would I would be happy with that. Yeah, I was really kind of hoping that I can't pronounce his name. Ki Hoi Kwan, I think his name is, like the guy who played Short Round
Yeah.
in Temple of Doom, who was
He should have come back.
Yeah, because he played Waymond in Everything Everywhere All at Once. It's like, damn, this would have been like a great return to him, like him playing as like adult Short Round. Because last time I checked, they recasted him. Like I think like they cast like Ken Jeong or some shit like that to play adult Short Round. And I was like, Jesus fuck Christ,
God,
no.
really?
Yeah, I don't know if that's still
Isn't that
happening.
fucking Chang from Community.
Apparently, I don't know if that's still happening, but like that's what I heard last time I checked. Jesus. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of Logan actors. They brought back the bad guy from
Boyd
Logan.
Holbrook.
Yeah, the guy with the robot
Yeah.
arm. The guy from The Predator, directed by Shane Black.
Oh no.
That movie
Yeah.
that Luca loves. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah. Mads Mikkelsen is just playing a villain in every major franchise. First Fantastic Beasts, then this.
And
Has to be-
Marvel.
Yeah, Marvel, Chaos
Hannibal.
Walking, that sort of stuff. Yeah.
Bond.
Yeah.
Was he a Bond? Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Damn.
Forgot about that, yeah. Yeah. Mads, you mad. Yeah.
And his best movie is
Mhm.
one where people think he's the villain, but he's actually not.
Where people think he's a kid diddler.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I'm cautiously optimistic. I hope Disney doesn't fuck it up, but this is
Yeah.
Disney. They'll find
I
some
will
way
be
to
going
fuck
to see
it up.
it, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm gonna see it, definitely. We'll definitely talk about it. And we'll definitely talk about the Indiana Jones saga one way or another. Either me or Jules is gonna recommend it at
Mhm.
some point. Yeah, so
It's probably going to be me.
probably. Yeah. Yeah. Those are my
Yeah,
thoughts, I
awesome.
guess.
Well,
Yeah.
that's all I had today, because
That's
kind
fine.
of a dry
I
season.
forgot about it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
unless you wanted to like say another thing that like David Zaslav did this time that I just
No,
didn't
no, no,
want
no,
you
no,
to
no,
get.
no.
Okay, let me look it up
Let's-
quickly.
No, please don't.
We don't
I don't
have
have
sure I
time
can
for
to
that.
rant for like.
Another 20
We already
minutes.
have
Yeah.
many
if he is-
movies to talk about.
Oh no, there's no Zaslav
Yeah,
stories.
good.
No, thank Christ.
That's surprising.
Speaking of things that are surprising, which one do you want to talk about, the Menu or Tar? I'm good with either.
Well,
whichever
Tar
one.
I expected to be
Tar.
good, so the menu.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess. Yeah. Speaking of things that are cooking, we saw the Menu.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, and I enjoyed it. I liked it. What'd you guys think?
I mean, I thought it was like, I can't say I thought it was like a piece of like high art or whatever, but I can say that I was never bored while watching it.
Oh,
It
yeah, I was entertained from beginning to end. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I thought parts of it were really fucking boring and stupid, but it was just such a wild surprise because I didn't watch the trailer, I didn't look at anything about this film. I just thought it was going to be a not a trashy. I just thought it was going to be like a kind of arty, like cooking drama. And then what I got was like a Blumhouse movie,
fucking
but
wild.
good. Like that's what it was.
That's a good that's a good that's a good comparison.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the movie Truth or Dare wished it was.
Yeah. So I enjoyed it. Yeah, it was a good movie.
Yeah, apparently it's directed and written by a bunch of people who made Succession, which is a show I really like. So
Okay.
yeah, so like I went to that going in, and like I expected the menu to be funny, and because I definitely laughed a couple times, but I was definitely disappointed on the horror angle, because it's marketed as like a horror comedy, and like I mean, at the same time, I know this wasn't like trying to be like fucking Hellraiser or something like that, but like I don't know, I guess I was expecting something more like that scene where it's like you guys have like 40 seconds to like run or whatever, you can like, if you like, we'll try and catch you or whatever.
Yeah,
I thought they were gonna do like like the chefs like have to hunt down like the people who run away or whatever, but no, they just like we got you. It's like a game of tag. It's like, we got you, now come back. It's like that's kind of disappointing.
Yeah,
but
like
whatever. Yeah. So yeah, but I mean, I feel like with this film
there were some funny bits.
Yeah, there were some funny bits.
I don't think I was disappointed by the horror, because I just didn't expect it to be a horror movie at all. I think if I knew this was going to be a horror movie, I would probably be exponentially disappointed. But the fact that like I knew nothing about the movie, and then I went into it, and then that random dude just fucking kills himself, and I'm like, oh my god, okay. That was unexpected. I did not see that coming.
Were you not getting like creepy vibes though when he was like telling the story
No,
of like I
I don't know
my
what
dad in the knee or anything?
Like, I watched this with Jasper, and Jasper got those vibes like immediately, but I wasn't expecting it. I was like, when is the cooking drama gonna start? When is like the kitchen gonna get spicy and stuff?
When is it gonna be like boiling point?
Yes.
Yeah, I was like the same thing. Yeah,
I was like, yeah, I watched Boiling Point again, after this movie, but I was expecting it to be like Boiling Point. I was expecting going into this movie, and I was like, okay, this is just going to be a shitty version of Boiling Point, and then it was a horror movie.
Did you think it was going to be like?
No, it was just more like Jon Favreau's Chef.
Be like a character study of like.
Yeah, it's like Jon Favreau's Chef, except if they started killing people, like the
guy.
No, honestly, I had no clue.
Yeah, it's Jon Favreau's Chef if we went a little bit too mad.
Yeah. If they started killing people, yeah. So
if he got a bit too angry.
I just thought it was gonna be like a tense like restaurant thing, and then like Anya Taylor-Joy was gonna like order food, and then they were gonna like deliver her the wrong food, and then she was gonna get mad and have like this weird relationship with the chef. That's what I thought was gonna happen, and then it was something else.
I mean, it would be interesting.
I mean, I still think some moments were definitely tense, like that scene where that female chef, she was like recounting the story of like Ray Fiennes like tried to like assault her or something like that, or like, you know, like he kept asking her out, and then like he shunned her, and then she like as like folly of man or whatever, like she like punishes him by like stabbing him in the knee or something. Like that was kind of tense. Like I liked that. I mean, I think like Ray Fiennes just in general was the best part about this film. So
of course,
yeah, he's awesome.
I was just like more like I can't say I was scared or tense. I was just like entertained as to what would happen next.
Same.
Damn, what wild shit is gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the best thing I can say. I was never bored. I was like pretty entertained from beginning to end. So
yeah, it's like This is very, very
I didn't really like that like marshmallow thing at the end of the movie. I was like, what the fuck
it was
is
like
happening?
It was like Midsummer.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
It's like Midsummer. It's like, oh shit. Yeah.
I felt like the bit about like the something I said to Joel after we finished watching it. I was like, when he's like talking about like s'mores are the most like disgusting thing in existence. I was like, I feel like this is just the director like trying to put like out his like
he's trying to
it's like taking a shit on like s'mores. Yeah, it's like, and I was thinking the same thing.
S'mores are fucking awesome.
Yeah, they're awesome. Like graham crackers, chocolate, and like marshmallows. Like Jesus, like yes, please,
I had
like
them
give
with
me that
cookies,
shit.
not graham crackers.
Oh, I had them with graham crackers, but whatever, potato.
I don't think I've ever had a s'more.
Oh,
really?
I've only ever
That's
like put a marshmallow
sobering
on,
reality.
Like, a stick and then like roasted the marshmallow, but
I mean that works just as well.
Yeah, I haven't had like put it in a biscuit or anything.
Yeah. I
When I was a kid, I used to put the marshmallow in the fire and like eat it burnt because I thought it tasted better.
You're an animal, Jesus fuck.
Yeah, no, it needs to be that crispy gold.
Yeah,
you are a genuine sociopath. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
It's all about that consistency. You got to get it like that nice, crispy, like right texture brown. Like that's fucking perfect for that shit.
Yeah, you got to get it golden.
What did you guys think of the comedy in this film? Because for me, it was definitely one of like
kind of hit or miss.
The many films that have come out this year that it's like, oh, rich people are bad, so we're gonna make a satire on it.
Eat the rich, yeah.
Yeah, I think Triangle of Sadness and even Bodies, Bodies, Bodies did this better. But
I'd say so.
I think where I found the most humor was from like the visual style. Like at the beginning, I was like really, I actually wasn't into the course one or stuff like that. Like I thought it was just really like cheesy and dumb. But as it went on, I was getting into it, and I think the funniest frame from this film where it's just like it was like Tyler's bullshit, like, and it was like showcasing the food.
Yeah,
that was awesome. Yeah. And that was
I
like
that scene in general of him just making the food.
Yeah, that was super super satisfying because like I hated Nicholas Holt's character in this so fucking much, which I get like is the point. But the thing is though, it's like I'm glad you mentioned the comedy thing because it's like. It was sort of a mixed bag for me because, like, I liked a lot of those visual gags, but like, the actual jokes that people would say were just not funny whatsoever.
Those weren't
like,
really working for me either.
I cringed every time Nicholas Hoult opened his mouth, and I get that that's the point, but like, I just think there's a fine line that you need to draw between like doing something intentionally cringe, but like it still kind of has to have something that makes me like, at the very least, like interested. Like, if I'm not gonna laugh, I'm at least interested, but I wasn't either, which is why, like, him, like, embarrassing himself, like, making the food or whatever, and then, like, hanging himself, like, that was satisfying, as I was like, thank Christ, like, he's fucking gone, he's out of the picture, so.
Yeah.
Was it the chef told him, like, I don't think we ever find out when he, like, whispers in his ear, was he, like, telling him, like, this food fucking sucks so badly, and you're, like, an embarrassment or something?
I don't know. Pretty much.
When was it? I don't remember that. Yeah, I don't remember that at all. Yeah. Anya Taylor-Joy is just in fucking everything these days. I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm just pointing that out there.
Even in the Mario movie.
Jesus, that's gonna be her crowning glory, her crowning achievement.
I don't think I've.
Yeah, it's like gonna be like she's Furiosa and Mario movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's. She wasn't. She didn't give, like, a bad performance, but she was kind of distracting in the sense that, like, she didn't seem like she was playing a character. She seemed like she was just playing Anya Taylor-Joy. Like, did you guys pick up... Because that's how I felt with her character. Was that just me, or...
I mean, I don't know what, quote-unquote, playing Anya Taylor-Joy is supposed to be, because...
I guess. I don't know. I just...
Like, I'm not really a big fan of her. Like, I don't think she's done anything great besides maybe The Witch. She, like, did a good job. But, like, yeah. So I was like, whatever. Like, she looked slay in red hair. That's all I can say.
Oh, yeah. I feel like most people are.
Of course.
Yeah. I was
What do you guys think of the ending?
I think without spoiling. I think
we can spoil.
No.
We already spoiled so much shit. We already spoiled the guy killing himself. We spoiled so much.
Let me finish. Without spoiling Triangle of Sadness.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah, don't spoil that.
Don't spoil that. Okay.
I think Triangle of Sadness has a better use of a hamburger as a message towards, I don't know, rich people than this film does. But the ending was fine, I guess. Yeah.
I mean, I liked that scene just in general because that was actually a pretty I don't know what the correct term is, heartwarming, I guess. The scene where she's like, "I'm still hungry," and he's like, "What do you want?" And I was like, "I want a hamburger," and not like a bullshit thing. I want an actual thing. And he's like, "Okay, cool." And you can see him smile a little bit, and you can see he's really into it. This is probably the first time in decades that he's been so into cooking as he is now. Yeah, and it's it reminded me. I don't know if you guys saw The Bear on Hulu.
Yes, I love The Bear.
Yeah,
so
it's
much.
a similar show where it's you kind of
Uncut
see
Gems but cooking.
Yeah, Uncut Gems but cooking, where it's you have this guy who started out as a low tier cook, and then he became a high Michelin star awarded
high
chef.
tier chef.
Yeah, and then he goes back to
he goes back to being
an Italian beef shop.
Restaurant.
Yeah, and it's
yeah,
you can tell he's more into that than he ever was with the high cooking stuff. Because I mean, if Jeff Winger from Community told me to go kill myself,
Jeff Winger from Community bullies him.
I probably wouldn't want to cook in high art either. So, yeah, that's just all I thought. We gotta talk about that show
sometime, Timmy.
Yeah, we definitely should. Yeah, I'd love to. Yeah, it's I don't know. I guess the best things about this film, other than I was never bored, was I feel I've seen a lot of these ideas done better in other stuff. We were talking, we've talked about The Bear and Triangle of Sadness and all this other stuff, and it's damn. I mean, not that this doesn't have any kind of originality, but it's a lot of it just feels very familiar. This whole premise of punishing it's the way it's presented, and it's how it's coordinated. It's I got a lot of Squid Game vibes from it and stuff. So
Yeah. To an extent, yeah. And even then, Squid Game is something that has been done
familiar.
Yeah, familiar in itself. So yeah.
But Squid Game had at least a really slick looking sense of style and presentation, which, not to say this film doesn't. It's just that it's just less obvious and less memorable.
There's less.
Yeah, I don't think there's really much in the visual style besides those.
Let's be real.
Things.
Ralph Fiennes carries this movie. If he wasn't in the film, then this would just be nothing. Yeah, I mean, maybe not nothing.
I feel Nicholas Hoult kind of carries it by us wanting to hate him for being such an annoying douche so much.
That's fair. Yeah, but Ralph Fiennes is he was perfectly cast in this film. Yeah, I really loved him.
The star. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. Put Ralph Fiennes in more movies. Jesus. When was the last time I've seen Ralph Fiennes in anything? I have to think. Is it Grand Budapest Hotel? Yeah, is that the last thing he was in? I don't remember him in anything else.
He was in a Luca Guadagnino film called A Bigger Splash.
Was that before or after Grand Budapest?
That's after Grand Budapest.
That was
okay.
After.
Okay, well, great. There's
right,
that.
Actually. That's so weird. I haven't seen him in a few years.
Yeah. Unless he did
pops up
another
every once in a while and does a great job.
Unless he did another Aardman animation that I'm not aware of. I don't think he's been in anything recently.
He's been in the Lego Batman movie.
Yeah, he's...
Oh, fuck, yeah, I forgot he was in that. He was Alfred. I forgot about that, yeah.
The King's
He was
Man,
Alfred in a movie where
Voldemort shows up.
About the
No
King's
Time
Man.
to Die.
He was in that? Oh,
yeah, I forgot he's in the Bond movies.
Yeah.
I've never seen a single Bond film, so I wouldn't know any of that crap. Yeah. So
Holmes and Watson.
Yeah.
He was in Jesus fuck. Okay, I guess Ralph Fiennes has been in shit, just pure shit. Yeah. So
he was in Doolittle.
He was in that?
Apparently, I see that too. I guess out of the recent...
he was in Kubo and the Two Strings.
Oh.
Out of recent years, I'd probably have to say his best performance is A Bigger Splash or Grand Budapest.
Holmes and Watson.
Yeah.
I was gonna say not Holmes and Watson or Lego Batman.
No.
Yeah.
Lego Batman wasn't that bad of a movie. I'm kidding on it too hard. Yeah. So, anyway, yeah, it was good. I don't think I have much else to say unless anyone else is like dying to say, because I feel like Tar will be the more meatier discussion. So, yeah, I'm giving this one a 6 out of 10. It was fun, not bad at all.
Yep, I'll give it the same, 6 out of 10.
Whoa.
Entertaining.
We're all at a 6 out of 10, because I
also
gave it a 6 out of 10.
We should have been all 7 out of 10s. We could have gotten a 777.
Well, now we got a 666, so we're the devil.
Yeah.
No, but that doesn't mean anything,
hang on, just one more detail about the film.
Sure.
That I found kind of funny. Is that if you think about it, the ending of the film is that she bullies the guy so hard that he's like, you know what, I don't even want to kill you anymore, just like get the fuck out. That's how I took from that ending.
I didn't think about it like that, but that's
fair. Kind of saw it as like, she kind of broke the stereotype and like allowed him to cook in his roots and like gave him this sense of joy, so he just allowed her to leave, I guess. Yeah,
that's why I was so kind of pissed, because it's like they showed the photo of him with like cooking like the burger joint or whatever, and it's like, oh god, this is so obvious. It's like, is she gonna ask for the cheese? I mean, like, not to say that scene still wasn't satisfying, but it's just like it was so predictable, it was so obvious at that point.
But anyways,
yeah, speaking of things that are, I don't know, I don't have a good transition. Tar, we saw Tar.
Speaking of satisfying endings.
Speaking of
speaking of things that are good, we saw Tar, the latest Todd Field film, which I didn't realize as a director. I never heard of before, because like the only thing I knew about him was that he was the piano player from Eyes Wide Shut. That was the only thing I knew about him. But apparently has this fucking catalog of great movies, because all of his films before this were nominated for like Academy Awards, I think, for like writing and directing, I think. So it's like, damn, I better get on his shit.
Check it out.
And this one, I knew very little about the film going in. I didn't see a trailer. I didn't know fucking anything about the film. I just kind of let things go on. And I was genuinely surprised like how into it I was, because like if you really think about it, there isn't much that technically happens in the film. It's literally just a 2.5 hour film of Cate Blanchett like dicking around for 2.5 hours.
It's almost a slice of life. Yeah,
but like what wait hold on, I that just crossed my mind until I had to think about that. Wait, what? Yeah.
Jules, you've called too many things on this podcast a slice of life that aren't a slice of life.
Yeah, it's a slice of life for like Harvey Weinstein or some shit, like, but not like the average person.
But of like a really rich and famous piece of shit person.
All right.
Well, anyway, I was surprised how into it I was.
Maybe
I was
just use that phrase more. I should use it.
Schindler's List is a.
It's too late at night for me to make sense.
Schindler's List is a slice of life, in the sense that it was a slice of some shitty life.
Oh god.
I mean, technically.
In that case, everything's a fucking slice of life.
Anyways.
Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, Tar. Yeah, Tar. It was fantastic. I really loved it. I was surprised how invested I was. Like not knowing
the most invested I've been in a film in a while.
Exactly, and I think a lot of that really is due to Cate Blanchett's performance. Like, she carries this film. Like, she is she's fantastic. Like, I think like, besides Michelle Yeoh, I think she gives probably the best female performance of this year. Like, I really am hoping she gets like some Oscar nominations. But like, outside of that, it's like interesting. Like, it's like
she's gonna slay the Oscars. She's gonna win it. I'm calling it right now.
Exactly. She's Cate Blanchett. She's Cate Blanchett. They wouldn't do her dirty like that. Yeah.
I wouldn't be complaining, honestly.
Yeah, I didn't know the film was about cancel culture until like an hour and a half into the movie, because I was like, what is this about? Like, I mean, and I didn't mean that like as a bad thing. I was just like, what is the film like thematically about?
Yeah.
But then like once like the shitstorm like happens like on like Lydia Tarr's life and like, you know, the people coming forward and stuff like that, I was like, oh, like this is about cancel culture. Like I didn't expect that, but that was
everyone should go check out the Lydia Tarr Twitter account.
She has a Twitter? Oh my god,
very funny.
I didn't know that. Hold on, I'll look that up.
Well,
anyway, yeah, I obviously loved it. What did you guys think? I know.
Okay.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I know that. I'm just like, I didn't know they made like a fucking chaos walking like level like.
No, it's like a fan.
Yeah.
It's like
the
a fan
it's
thing.
the Lydia Tarr, guys. It's the Lydia Tarr.
Yeah.
Well, that was actually one of my favorite aspects about the film, was because this film kind of tricks you into thinking that it's a biopic. Like
yeah.
When I heard about the
Yeah,
film,
it's
I was
very-
like, oh yeah, I've heard of Lydia Tarr, the famous composer, before, and it gave me like a weird Mandela effect, like if I am crazy or if I do know this person, if they actually exist. And even the film, when you watch it, it kind of tricks you into thinking she's a real person. Like, it's set in modern day. It starts off with an interview about this person's life and their achievements, and they put them in a position where they're like compared to like
And that
EGOT
journalist is a real
winners
person.
and stuff like that. Yeah, the journalist is very knowledgeable of all of her achievements and stuff. And yeah, this film, like, it tricks you into thinking that like this is a person that exists, and it's like I really like that about the film. It really adds to like the meta nature of like the cancel culture element of the film. And I guess the
And
film,
it adds to the groundedness and realism of the film too.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
Everything feels like so natural and flowing in like the dialogue. Like, you don't think for a second that like that's a line of dialogue that was written for a film. Like, it actually seems like just natural conversations that they're having.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's very meticulous. It's very like, it almost kind of felt like a Kubrick film in terms of like how long like certain shots would go, and kind of like how like meticulously crafted the dialogue was, because it's like the dialogue felt like it's like I'm seeing like how, because this guy played Nick Nightingale in Eyes Wide Shut, like I can see how like Kubrick's like direction of that film kind of like rubbed him in the right way, because like I could see elements of like Eyes Wide Shut and like other like Kubrick films like into this film, because like I think Lydia Tarr herself is such like a really fascinating character. Like, you can tell she's a genius. You can tell like she's really good at what she does. You know, she plays the piano. She like is like, what do they say? Like, she's like the first female like composer of like the German Symphony Orchestra or something, like some shit like that.
Yeah, she's an EGOT
But she's
winner.
Also yeah, she's an EGOT winner. She's like Leonard Bernstein's like mentee or some shit like that. Yeah. And like, but she's also a piece of shit. You know, she grooms.
She's a horrible person.
Yeah, she grooms like young budding like musicians, and then like fucks them, and then like, you know, disposes them when she's done. Like, she's a genuine piece of shit. So the film has this like sort of like, you know, you're in this really tough situation where it's like it's almost sort of like a commentary on like, can we really separate like the art from the artist sort of thing, where it's like you can tell she's really good at what she does, but she's also a piece of shit, and you're just kind of sitting there wondering like, I'm not sure, like, because like this is a question that I feel like a lot of people have to ask when they like talk about people like Roman Polanski or some shit like that, where it's like, yeah, like Roman Polanski is a talented guy, but he's also a piece of shit. You know, it's like, it's a really like morally complex thing to talk about. And like, I love how the film doesn't like treat me like I'm fucking stupid. Like, the film is like very appropriate in terms of like just letting things play out and just letting us kind of come to decide like how we kind of morally respond to all this stuff, and I really love that. So yeah.
One thing I really loved about the film is like this film is clearly about this character entirely. Like, there is not one shot or moment that isn't focused around her, if that makes sense. Like, everything is about this character. There's so many like visual things that like tie into the type of person that she is and stuff. There's a shot when she's like walking in an alleyway, and like there's graffiti on the wall, and the graffiti like says like the F word slur, and it's like, yeah, she's a lesbian in this movie, but that's kind of a funny little a kind of a funny little visual gag, like suggesting like who she is, like that she is gay, but she would also totally say these slurs and stuff like that. Because yeah, in the beginning of the film, she just flat out like says like a slur, and I really love that that intro sequence, because you learn so much about her. Like this film does a great job at like showing the double standard to this character. Like the first scene of the film is her like being introduced as this like legendary person, and then the second like main scene of the film is her like saying a slur and like being kind of homophobic to like a gender fluid dude, even though she is also like a part of that same community. And
I really loved that scene just in general, like that scene like where she's like giving like the she's like a guest instructor or whatever, where she's talking about like Bach was a piece of shit or whatever, but no one remembers that. We remember him from the music. Like, and I think like that's like that could you could sum that up as like that's the point of the movie. It's like in like if Lydia Tarr was like a real person, like in 100 years from now, like what are we going to remember? Are we going to remember Lydia as like this genius musician who like was like this EGOT winner and like this like famous composer, or are we going to remember her as like a piece of shit?
Exactly.
Like,
yeah. That's
who knows, you know?
The total point of the film.
Yeah.
Also, they do a really good job at like portraying her as this old lesbian. Like there's so many old lesbians that are like not in tune with like I guess modern queer culture, I guess. This film does it pretty well, I'd say.
Yeah, she calls everyone's robots, which is weird.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, you're a robot. Like when he was like, when that guy was like, yeah, I only like play music like of like that isn't like a rich white person or whatever, and she's like, you're a robot, you're a stupid robot or some shit like that. And I'm like, clearly you have never, you're not in tune with like modern like Zoomer terms or like pop culture and stuff.
That's another thing. Like, yeah, she that's something that the Twitter account does so well. It makes you feel like, yeah, she's like this kind of old boomer like person, like using like these. I'm pretty sure she uses the word like trolling in this movie or something, and it's like even that like is such an out of date term at this point, or noob, or she uses one of those words. Like yeah, it shows how like culture is always adapting and evolving, and there's like,
didn't she say epic fail at one
yeah
point?
Maybe like,
did she? I don't remember that.
Yeah, it shows like how like the older like stuff that we would like used to say when we were like, I don't know, 13-year-olds is only bleeding into like this older generation now, and like
that wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But like now there's a whole
reference.
Now we say
reference Halo 3 by the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's be like she'll reference Halo 3. It's like, lady, we're on Halo Infinite right now.
Yeah,
like keep
Lydia
up.
Tarr, come on. You're composing the score for this game. You got to know which one we're on.
3 if I could.
I can we talk about the ending for a second? 'Cause the ending was super satisfying. It was like a complete full circle type of thing. It was so great. And I think it perfectly like, because here's the thing. It's like she got what she deserved. Like once like the women came forward about like, yeah, like Lydia Tarr's a piece of shit. Like she assaulted people.
Yeah.
She made like one person killed herself because of like how she was treated and stuff. Like she lost everything. She lost her kid. She lost her wife. She lost her home. You know. She starts playing the accordion like to scare like tenants, which was kind of weird, but whatever.
That was
like,
so
and then she like
fucking funny. Yeah. I love that.
That was a very bizarre scene.
Yeah, and then she like flees to I think it was like Thailand or something like that, like some random country like
Thailand.
that, and like what I really loved about the ending is like she got what she deserved. Like now she's like the only music she's playing are like little kids like who like play Monster Hunter music for like fucking like teenage nerds or whatever. But at the same time, you can tell that she clearly hasn't learned her lesson because like she's still going through the same motions. Like she's like focused on her music. She like treats the kid musicians the same way she treated like the full grown like classically trained like German musicians like in The Composer. And then when she essentially just goes to a massage parlor, which is essentially also like a prostitution ring, like she clearly hasn't learned anything. She didn't learn anything from the thing that happened to her previously, and it like it implies that it's just this toxic cycle that Lydia Tarr is going to go through over and over again. It's like there's a possibility that she might come back, that she might like have a return or something like Louis CK or like some Louis CK type return or some shit, but she'll probably just do the same bullshit. And it's like it creates this really like fascinating commentary on like when someone is just so up their own ass, like can they really change? Can they really be a different person?
Yeah.
Like, it's like such an interesting like way to end the film. I was like, this is so great. Yeah.
And also that scene where she goes to the massage parlor and then she runs outside and vomits. You'd think it's because like she's realizing what's happening there and she's like, this is fucked. But no, it's because she's reminded of something like that's happened to her because of the I think it was the position of the
cellist, I think, right?
Yeah, the cellist. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was yeah, I didn't pick up on that at first. Someone had to tell me that for me to realize that. And I was like, "Oh, that's kind of cool." I didn't think about that. Yeah. This is a film that definitely like needs like at least like I don't think anyone like got the full picture unless they've seen it at least like 2 or 3 times. Like I think this is a film you definitely need to rewatch a couple times to like get the full picture, because I definitely missed out on some things. Like I'm sure I'll pick up even more details and even more like recurring themes that I didn't pick up the first time, you know. So because I definitely want to watch this again. So
definitely
I can't wait to watch it again.
Films from this year.
Was there anything you guys didn't like about the movie? Because I will say, I'll be honest, I was definitely bored every now and then. Like some scenes were like dragging on for a little too long. I was like, okay, like let's move on. Like stop wasting time. Let's get to it.
Bit,
yeah,
only a little bit, but like it didn't bother me too much.
I don't think I was ever
I mostly
really,
was
like,
just really
checked
into
out
it
for like more than like 30 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was like, I'm not saying I was bored like straight up for like half of a movie. I was just like, yeah, okay, like let's move on. Like I get the point here, sort of thing. Yeah. So like I think like a good 10 to 15 minutes could have been shaved off. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, awesome movie.
Awesome movie. Yeah.
Yeah, like a modern movie.
Amazing.
They
movie.
like integrated like the pandemic and stuff in it as well and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I love how well shot the film is. Like the cinematography and like the presentation, it looked awesome. Like I don't know what like a modern, like if Kubrick was still alive and like he made a modern film, like I don't know what that would look like, but like I would feel like this is the closest thing we'd get to like
I think this is
what
more
a modern
close
Kubrick
to like,
film would look like.
Shit. Funny Games director.
I can't take a guess because I wouldn't know.
Michelle Haneke.
Michelle Haneke?
There we go.
Yeah.
This film kind of
he's still making films.
Feels like one of his films, honestly.
Okay.
Like there is like kind of a bit differences. I don't think he like tells things like plain and straight, where this film does get kind of surreal. But this film but it does have like vibes of Haneke, but it is also very much its own thing. And it works
because
really
I can
well.
see like elements of like directorial like styles in the film, but like it doesn't feel like he's copying anyone. It feels like it's not like with like what was the thing we talked, The Menu. Yeah, it wasn't like The Menu where it's like, okay, it's clear like what they're like taking from and stuff like that. Like this one, it's like yeah, I can see the influences, but it's still like very much its own thing. Like I can't imagine a director like making the same movie. Like it's just really wholly unique, and I loved it. Yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah, it was only in my theater for like 1 week, and then it was gone. Like if I hadn't seen it that 1 week, I don't think I would have seen it in theater. It was like it just went and went. It just came and went just like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I give Tar an 8 out of 10. Fucking great movie.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep. Incredible movie. Absolutely one of my favorites of the year. I'll give it a 9.
yeah.
Nice.
Lydia Tarr,
Yeah.
you can go fuck yourself.
Hashtag I am it.
Yeah, fuck you,
Lydia
Lydia
Tarr.
Tarr.
Yeah. Yeah, I loved the movie. I thought it was awesome. I'm definitely gonna see it again. And I'll probably pick up more things than in the second watch than I did in the first watch. So yeah, I'm giving it an 8 for now, but I could definitely see myself giving this like a 9, like in a second or third viewing. So yeah, like, but it's not like Decision to Leave where it's like, okay, it's a 9, I'm giving it a 9.
Yeah,
but
honestly.
like I'm very okay with giving this an 8, but like it could be a 9 in like a future rewatch. Yeah, so.
Yeah, honestly, this could be like a 10 for me.
Oh yeah,
in the
sure.
future.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Speaking of surefire things, Luca, it's your recommendation. You want to kick us off on this one?
Yeah, so I recommended I Am Love, a film from my favorite director, Luca Guadagnino.
I wonder why.
You know.
Yeah, and this is just a phenomenal movie about, how do I even describe it? Like an affair that happens between a wealthy family's like mother, I guess, like so there's let me let me go back. There's a mother of 3 kids, and she's a part of a wealthy family, and there's all this drama and stuff in the family. And she has an affair with one of her son's best friend, pretty much. And it's just kind of like a love story, but obviously the family drama gets intertwined within this love story because, having an affair with your son's best friend is kind of a bit wacky.
Yeah, kind of awkward. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of cringe.
But it tells a story of like following your heart and true love, I guess. So in its weird way, and yeah, I absolutely love this film. What do you guys think?
Slay Tilda Swinton.
Slay,
yeah,
yes.
Tilda Swinton is a literal queen.
Slays
Yeah.
the fucking shit out of this film.
Yeah, Jules, do you want to go first, or should I?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Yeah, I never seen this before, but I've enjoyed all of Luca Guadagnino's films that I've seen, especially Call Me by Your Name, my favorite film of 2017. And yeah, I really, really like this one. As I said, Tilda Swinton's amazing. It's really well shot. All the costumes are great, and yeah, all the performances are great. Really.
Yeah.
Especially the what's the son?
Eduardo.
Eduardo.
Yeah, Eduardo.
Yeah, he's like
he's great.
Italian Timothy Chalamet.
I was gonna say, it's like no wonder Luca Guadagnino cast Tim Cham in all these movies, because he got a guy that looked exactly like Tim Cham. Like that must be his thing. It's like, I need to get a white boy with like curly hair, and it's like, this guy's gone, let's cast Tim Cham.
Yeah.
You know what's funny though? The guy who plays Antonio, his real name is Eduardo.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
It's so funny.
They should have given him that name. It would have been super confusing.
So confusing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. I liked it. I can't say that I like this as much as something like Call Me by Your Name. I like Call Me by Your Name a lot more. But I think this is a really great sort of like starter like pack in terms of like getting into like Luca Guadagnino, because like I can see a lot of elements that
Oof, I don't know if this is a great starter pack, honestly.
Luca, you don't think so? I would think so. Like, I would think this would be a pretty good way to start with this film, because like apparently this film is like the first of like a trilogy or something, like a Desire trilogy consisting of like this film, A Bigger Splash, and then like Call Me by Your Name or something.
Yeah.
And like, so. And you know, like that's why I think like if I were to tell someone to start on like Guadagnino's filmography, I would honestly recommend this one, because I could see like elements of like the things that make something like Call Me by Your Name, or even Bones and All, which I saw recently, like really, really great.
I'm gonna say that this week.
Yeah, we're not gonna say anything about that because you know we're gonna rub it in Luca's face that we both saw it before. Yeah, too. Yeah.
I can't see my favorite director's new film. It's so disappointing.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be on VOD soon or something.
Yeah, I hope.
Yeah, but like, soon, there were elements that I think like that, like, oh, like this would become like Guadagnino style, and like what he's into and stuff. I can't say I was super invested in everything. Like, this was sort of like a passive watch. Like for the first half of the film, like I was like kind of passively like. I can't say I was super engaged for like the first half. Like I think the film got much more interesting in the second half. Like once the affair starts and like once like what was her son's name? Eduardo? Yeah, like when Eduardo like started getting into the mix, and like, you know, once like, because here's the thing, like the family dramas part of this film was never something I was super invested in. Like I understood like its importance in the film. Like that's why I don't think like they should have like cut it out or anything like that. But like there were two stories, and one I was just clearly just way more invested in. You know, like, I mean, if this rocks your boat, then like, you know, that's good on you. But like, you know, there were just it was just not grabbing my attention for like the first half of the film, and I just think like the film got way more interesting in the second half. But you know, that's just me.
Yeah, I agree with you. I like the I really liked the soundtrack of this film as well.
Oh yeah, it's great.
God, it's phenomenal.
Yeah, none of it was original music. That was all like pre-composed stuff. Yeah.
Oh wow, I couldn't have told. I couldn't tell that at all. Yeah, like because I was like, man, all this music was like super like really awesome. It's like super appropriate for the film. Like wow, that's crazy. Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like the music in that scene where she's like following him around to the bookstore and stuff.
That was crazy. Yeah. Like from a directing standpoint, like the way that scene was like structured, and like the way it was like the way that scene played out, I was like, this is like something from like an action movie or something, like where it's like an intense chase or whatever. It's
I
like
know.
Something like that. It was crazy. I'm saying that as someone who loved that scene. I'm not saying that's a bad scene. Yeah, it fit really well. Yeah.
Love his directing style so much. I love the direction in this film and all of his films. It's like, so like Guadagnino, he always provides like a sensory experience in his films. Like you always, I think all your senses are always like in, I don't know, buzzing, I guess, when you're watching one of his films. Like there's such a grand focus on like the scale and size of this film, and obviously like its sight, its taste, its like hearing, its touch, its feeling. There's all these elements that just work together in all of his films, and I really love it. Like when I talk about sound, there's that lovely music. When I talk about taste, there's like such a focus on food in this film, and there's and when I talk about sight, there's like such a great sense of scale to like the titles and title cards and the scenery of buildings and stuff like that. And yeah, I just loved like every like sensory aspect of this film. I just think it flourishes in like conveying like
so well
every together. Like aspect of feeling. Yeah.
It's clear that like even in this early stage, he's like very confident about like how he wants to tell his story. Like probably one of my favorite like directed moments in the film was that scene where Antonio cooks for Tilda Swinton's character for the first time. Like he makes like the prawns, like the shrimp or whatever, and it's like there's almost this sort of like this like surreal like sort of thing that's going on. Like there's like a spotlight
The
that
lighting.
that like lights on her while she's like, she's like having a foodgasm or what. It was
Yeah.
like it was like a real life episode of like the anime Food Wars or whatever, because like Food Wars, like the anime, like has like a ton of moments like that where it's like, oh my god, I'm like having an orgasm moment to like this food is so good or whatever. It's like it reminded me of stuff like that. It was like I didn't expect it in a film like this, because like the way the film is presented, it's like kind of straightforward for the most part, but then like the film hits you with those little moments like that. I was like, Jesus Christ, like wow. Yeah, so
no, yeah, there's so many great like camera movements and pans and zooms, and yeah.
That's why I felt the affair was like pretty just, because like I could see someone saying like them having an affair like that came out of nowhere, that doesn't make any sense. Like I don't know. Like I thought it was pretty well justified and pretty well built based on, because like the film doesn't directly tell you anything, but it's like those like it's more like a visual representation of like why like they engaged in the affair in the first place.
Well,
and
it does actually tell you a lot of things. Like there's so much. Obviously a lot of it is strong visual representation, even through like the costumes that characters are wearing. This film really has a link between personal relationships in terms of like the colors that people wear within their costumes. And there's a lot of great reincorporation with like dialogue and visuals and stuff. Like the reason why that whole like first cooking sequence is like so over dramatized and like sparked up is because there's like a great line like earlier in the film when they're first in the kitchen where Eduardo is talking about Antonio, and he says when what does he say again? He says something like, when I tried his cooking for the first time I fell in love with him. And that's exactly kind of what happens to Tilda Swinton. Like
that's what she does.
She like eats his food and like falls in love with him, and their relationship works
and that's
so well because sorry, you can say your thing quickly.
No, I completely agree with you. That's why like I really loved that scene like after they fucked on the mattress or whatever. She's like explaining like in Russia, I like, because it completely like justifies why she has the affair in the first place. Because like there was a time when her and her husband used to get up on like those type of shenanigans, like before like there was passion and there was like love and stuff like that. But like once she moved to Italy, like she doesn't even remember her original name at that point. Like she was like, that's not Emma's not my real name. Like I don't remember like what. Like I'm not Russian anymore, I'm Italian. But that's why like it totally makes sense why she has such a close relationship with her son, because like when she tells the story about how like I used to make this like Russian soup or whatever, and my son loved it so much that like he constantly asked her to make it, and like that allowed her to kind of keep hold of that like small sense of like Russianness that she always had. Like that was awesome. I really loved that moment. And there was a lot of moments like that I loved.
It was the soup that also made Eduardo realize that they were having an affair, because he was like the only one that knew about the soup. Like there's that scene where he like storms away. But I think the relationship works so well because there's so many little sprinkles of elements that you can see between the characters, even before they're like they have the affair. Like in the very beginning of the film, like Tilda Swinton, like she goes to bed early, and like Antonio doesn't want to stay at the party, and this is kind of like a symbolism that they're both kind of distant and like not really wanting to interact with like a whole bunch of people and stuff. They clearly like having some personal time and stuff like that. And there's all these little sprinkles that just make the relationship like make total sense, and why they kind of do end up with each other, because they both have like this fueling passion for like certain things. And like the reason why Tilda Swinton kind of goes on like this random like love affair, like this spark of like wanting to feel that that sense again is because the same thing kind of happened to her daughter as well. Like she like gets like that letter that wasn't even meant for her, like saying that she like meets a woman, and like how she feels so much better now that she's had like this quote unquote affair, like the daughter as well, and like how it made her feel alive. And like there's all this imagery of like following your heart and soul. Like at the end of the film, like Tilda Swinton has like this moment where she's like caressing like her chest like gently, and she like points out towards her daughter, like kind of like a little emotive way at like suggesting like that this film is about following your heart, because she just fucking dips from the house. Tilda Swinton, phenomenal performance. She learned Russian and Italian for this movie, so she could speak Italian in a Russian accent. Like, what the fuck? That is insane.
Really?
That's dedication.
Holy shit.
That's dedication.
That's insane.
That's like more than Christian Bale's ever done.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Tilda Swinton.
Christian Bale just gets either fat or skinny at some point. Like, it's like, yeah, like try learning 2 languages at the same time. Fucking Batman, Jesus.
Yeah, I gave up Italian. I couldn't even learn 1 language.
Yeah, I can barely remember like Spanish. I can. Yeah.
I mean,
sorry,
think
Jules. What were you
film,
saying? Yeah. Go ahead.
It is about following your heart, but it's also about this character who just wants to find like true love in their life, because they've lost it.
Yeah.
And she's like,
yeah,
this is happening to everyone around me. Why can't I have this?
Yeah.
And the only way she
clearly
can is to have like an extramarital affair.
She was clearly inspired by her daughter, because like,
yes,
even
definitely.
though that letter where like she's like, yeah, like I left my boyfriend so I can like be with this woman or whatever. She's like beautiful and stuff like that. Like she was clearly inspired by that. Like that's why the rest of the movie fucking happens, you know? Like
definitely.
It's really great, you know, and I wish like I don't know, like I wish that was more of a focus. Like I mean, I guess you could say that is more of a focus, but it's like all that was just sort of my big thing, like keeping me from really loving the movie. It's like all this like family drama about like the business and like, you know, making sure like the tailoring business or fucking whatever business they said, like that constantly got in the way of like what was the more interesting part of the story. And again, like I understand its importance, I understand why it's here, but it doesn't change the fact that I'm just way more invested in Tilda Swinton and her shenanigans over this, you know? So, but I want to say, like, I can see a lot of similarities between this director, Luca Guadagnino, and, like, someone like Charlie Kaufman or something, because they're both...
What?
Let me explain. I think they're both, like, I kind of look at them as, like, kind of lovesick type people, you know, because I feel, and this is sort of something I got from like Bones and All, and like obviously Call Me by Your Name, where it's like Luca Guadagnino is clearly this romantic guy who's into
definitely
like passion and like
a
love
bigger
and
splash
stuff
as
like
well.
that.
Yeah.
And like, and I feel like Charlie Kaufman is like kind of also similar in this. I mean, but his ordeal, it's like, you know, passion and love, like that's what matters, but there's also these like his insecurities, his like his problems, his issues that's like making him fearful of like desiring true love and passion. And I kind of see Luca Guadagnino as like someone who like is kind of the same thing, but doesn't have any of those like insecurities or like mental issues that like someone like a Charlie Kaufman protagonist would. Like, yeah, they still have those like barriers that face them, but like they're not afraid to like jump into the pool, I guess, to get to like find the thing that makes them happy and stuff like that. So I guess like maybe like him and Charlie Kaufman are not good comparisons, but like that's kind of what I was thinking. It's like they're both like kind of love-struck people. They're kind of romantic guys, but like one is kind of like more, I guess like Park Chan-wook would be like a more appropriate comparison, because they're both like pretty romantic guys.
I was like thinking how you were talking about Decision to Leave. Like they kind of tell like these weird romances, but you know, the like that genuine feeling of love like elevates over anything. Like that's something that I like Call Me by Your Name. Like even though you know, the age gap is kind of a yikes. I think it works because, like, it's just about the love that and compassion that the two characters share. Like, and they are both obviously have the sense of maturity. None of them are like manipulating each other in ways. Like, it's just about like the relationship.
I was gonna say that and also in Call Me by Your Name, the reason it kind of works as well is because it's not like it's Moffy or anything. Like, the characters aren't constrained by having to like hide what they are really.
Yes,
exactly. It's not like a big deal. They're just living. They love each other. That's
and I guess that's why I brought up Charlie Kaufman, because like the film and like I guess most of Guadagnino's films, but specifically this and Call Me by Your Name, it reminded me of something like Anomalisa, because like Anomalisa also had like these themes about like passion and desire and stuff like that, or like this sense of like wanting to feel loved and like wanted and stuff like that, you know, like that's sort of the comparisons that I was thinking of. But and this guy's really talented. I'm very behind on this director. I haven't seen A Bigger Splash, and I still need to see a Suspiria remake, but you know, like
I've seen that one, but I haven't seen A Bigger Splash.
No, he is one of the best working today, honestly.
And then he made the Army.
I'm beginning to agree with you.
Good.
And then he made the Army Hammer fanfic. You know, that was hot.
Yeah, it's fucking ballsy of him, but you know, he.
That would have been really weird.
To respond to it.
Yeah, that would have been really weird if Army Hammer didn't get canceled until like later.
Scenes.
Yeah, like if he was like if he was like the main character instead of like Tim Cham, that would have been really weird.
I think there is still a sense of weirdness to it that like people are obviously gonna make fun of him for like, haha, Armie Hammer's favorite movie, guys, and like it has this connection to Luca because like that it's like that must be like so shit.
We will not stand our boy Luca being attacked.
Yeah, like your previous
he had nothing to do with that. Leave him alone.
Like the star of your previous film, like
yes, it was very funny that Timothy Chalamet
while you're making a cannibal movie. It's like oof, but I don't think it actually affected the movie that much. It is Isn't just a funny time thing.
Yeah, it's based on a book.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah, so it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, one thing that I noticed that Guadagnino doesn't even write a lot of his own things. I think this is like one of the only films.
Yeah, this was the last film that he wrote.
That he's wrote. Yeah, so he's just a great fucking director, like, and taking, I don't know if he works with the people that are making the scripts or if he just takes scripts.
I think he works with the same writer, because I was looking through his filmography. He has the same writer like since either Bigger Splash or Call Me by Your Name. It was one of those, but he's been working with the same writer since.
Yeah, so it just shows that he's able to like take like kind of whatever piece of material he's given and then just do anything with it. Like to Luca Guadagnino,
I think he's kind of the direct. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, he has like two genres. He has like the romance, the weird like passion fueled, but also like, I don't want to say twisted romance again because that's what I said for
Twisted
Park
Pear.
Chan-wook, but it's like no, it's like he has horror and he has romance. Those are his two main genres. But
amazing.
I need to bring up Tilda. Sorry, go. Yeah, no, sorry. I just needed to bring up Tilda Swinton again because it's like. Tilda Swinton is like you know, like she's a queen obviously, but like the things that she did for this role is just like she's so dedicated to what she does, and like I guess like on a surface level, this her performance in this obviously isn't as crazy as something like I don't know, like I don't know, I don't know. It's like I can't think of anything right now. I'm so tired.
The thing is, like she hasn't even done anything really like batshit crazy, but she still manages to like transform into every single role that she does.
Yeah, and she like embodies the character.
Even in the Marvel films.
Yeah, like she's kind of like Daniel Day-Lewis in the sense that like when you watch a movie that Tilda Swinton's in, you don't see Tilda Swinton, you see whatever character that she's playing. You know,
Exactly.
like
Yeah.
it's so, and it's like and this is like when I think Tilda Swinton, I'm thinking like some like fucking crazy like character that like she plays like in a movie and stuff like that. And like she doesn't really play any. That's not really her character in this, but it's still like it's so well performed. Like it's like at a certain point, I completely forgot like Tilda Swinton was like this character. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, like Tilda Swinton's in the movie. Like I just so engrossed in like her performance. It's like she almost became a different person, which like I get is the point of acting, but like
point of acting, yeah.
She does it, yeah, but she like does it particularly well. It's like the best actors like Daniel Day-Lewis or Joaquin Phoenix or something like that. Like they just immerse themselves in their characters, and she pulls it off very, very well. Yeah, so
I'd have to say Tilda's my favorite actor. Like honestly, fucking
yeah,
that's fair.
Awesome,
yeah.
Awesome actor.
Mm-hmm.
She will be good in anything.
Actually know who's my favorite.
Yeah, and this is
I'm not
like
sure
one of
an
earlier works as well. I think like. But
yeah, what I love about Tilda is that like she'll just throw herself to these like either indie directors that like aren't really big or like foreign film directors who like haven't really made, because like she jumped on the Bong Joon-ho train like before Parasite, you know, like that's crazy.
Yeah, like literally.
Mm-hmm. So yeah,
she knows the stars. She knows what's up. Also, can we talk about that scene that was so just out of nowhere where the sun hits his head on the pavement?
Oh
and,
my
dies?
fuck!
Yeah, that was crazy. I didn't expect that at all. Yeah.
Yeah, I told you.
Yeah, no, that
was definitely a sobering thing to wake up to watching at like 5 a.m.
Oh, that's what I was
like, fuck. Yeah, I was like, I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, so.
Yeah,
that just like that shocked me. So.
Yeah. What do you guys think of the ending? Because I honestly think this is one of the best film endings like ever. Like,
it's like The Descent.
No other film has managed to evoke something like this in like feeling this kind of feeling to me like ever. Like this film ending, holy shit! It is like this grandiose spectacle kind of thing, and I think that's why I really love this film, because a lot of this film is like, it's kind of presenting itself as like a melodrama. That's why I think all the like the family drama works, and like the business side of the family and all this like family bullshit works, is because it's kind of like just a really great melodrama. And the final scene really drives that home. Like it is like the score is like blasting through the fucking roof. And everyone is like acting their asses off, and like there's so much like swoops and like pans at different characters' reactions and shit, and it's just, I think it is a phenomenal ending. I love it so much, like, and I love the music in that in that ending.
I mean,
like
I didn't have that same reaction, but I liked it.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I like. I had like that big of an emotional reaction, but I totally understand why you would. Yeah, so
slays.
It is a very good ending.
Yeah,
it was appropriate.
So much. Yeah.
Yeah, I was joking. It's like The Descent. Yeah, so they're in a cave.
Okay, Timmy.
But then what's the alternate ending
of I Am Love?
The husband
she stays.
Does a jump scare. The husband does a jump scare. Yeah.
Oh no, we see the dead son.
Oh yeah, he does a jump scare. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like I just think that ending is so perfectly crafted. Like everyone is like revealing like these like dark secrets that they have, like just through like this, like just through the camera, like, and like pans in at the lady like telling everyone that she's pregnant, and then like the daughter looks back and then the mom's gone, and it's like all this fucking like melodramatic shit, but like just
crazy
like in this
shit.
Like in this like boiling pot of like just awesome presentation and feeling, and yes. Awesome movie.
Yeah, you clearly love it. Yeah, and it's Yeah, I'm very happy for you. Yeah, I'm glad you love it as much as you do. Yeah.
I liked it, but it's like it's the Guadagnino film I've connected with the least, I'd say.
Yeah.
Well,
exactly.
Not saying that makes it
This
bad.
is also one that you can get multiple watches and notice.
That's fair. Yeah,
so,
I guess I mean, it's been a long while since I've seen Call Me by Your Name, but I just remember liking and connecting with Call Me by Your Name a lot more than this one. So
that's fair.
Still
I think
good
that
movie,
is his
but,
other best besides this one, in my opinion.
Not Suspiria remake?
Yeah.
No, it's Suspiria remake is still amazing, but yeah.
Yeah, Tilda's in that one too.
Yeah, Tilda plays 3 characters in that movie.
Yeah, I saw on Wikipedia, and she's like, why are there 3 characters next to Tilda Swinton's name? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll figure that out later, I guess. Yeah. So
I mean, that's nothing. James McAvoy technically plays like 16 characters in Split.
Oh yeah,
but that's
greatest
like...
performance of a lifetime.
Yeah.
If it's like never mind. I was gonna quote Hedwig, the little 9-year-old kid that he played or whatever in that kid, but I just forgot anything he said. Whatever. Yeah. So
my name's Hedwig.
Yeah. So, Luca, do you have anything else to gush about or?
Yes.
Okay.
This film. Wow, that was such a disdained. Okay.
No, it's so go ahead. Yeah,
Okay.
it's. I feel like me and Jules have said everything we've wanted to say. You clearly love it, so like if you have anything else to say, please go. Yeah.
Go on.
Is it almost 1 a.m. for you, Jules?
Yes.
Oh fuck! I'm sorry. Anyways.
No, I don't care.
I just one last thing, I guess. I love how this film like used seasons as well. Like in a similar way that Eternal Sunshine uses seasons, like to like convey emotions, and like the state of mind that the characters are in and just what's happening. Like in the beginning of the film, it starts off in winter, and then that's when like all like kind of like the dissatisfactions and like rickety elements of the family are like expressed. Like, you know, Eduardo has lost his race and the grandpa's dying and he's disappointed with the daughter because she's like changing like her path of career and stuff like that. And even though the winter scenes doesn't really last that long, it could kind of tie into that. And then when summertime comes around, like that's when the romance starts. That's when like the, I guess like it blossoms in that sense. And yeah, I think the film just like it uses every element just perfectly in terms of its surroundings. And I've already talked about the buildings and how there's like such a grand sense of size to the things, even in the poster, like, and in the film, like the text like titles are so huge on screen. And yeah, I just love this film so much. It's awesome. It's not for everyone.
Yeah, I'd be curious to hear your like more explicit, deep thoughts, like an analysis or whatever. Like if you made a video on this film or something, you should do that.
Essay.
Yeah,
I'd be super interested in that. Yeah, because you clearly have a lot to say about the film.
Yes. 10 out of 10, if that wasn't obvious enough already.
It's not a 1 out of 10? Yeah.
Yeah, 1 out of 10. Anyways.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
well, what would you guys give it?
For me.
Yeah. And I'm giving this one 7 out of 10. Could be an 8 in a rewatch, but yeah. Don't give that to me. We did the same thing with Perfect Blue. I gave that a 10, you gave that a 7. Okay, don't give me that shit.
Hey,
I know.
I gave
that
a
joking.
9. Don't be dragging me into this.
I'm not dragging. We're not dragging you into it.
We're not dragging. Yeah, don't worry.
Okay.
Drag me to hell, more like. Yeah. So.
Question.
Anyway,
time,
question time. Yeah. Yeah. Comment below if you want to ask us questions, all that good stuff. You know the drill. That sort of shit.
Yes. Okay. Since I was gushing about this film's ending, I decided to ask my own question of what are some of your guys' favorite film endings? Or just what are some of the best
I think
film
I've asked
endings?
this question in like discussions before, so I'm super prepared for this one.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I have a couple. I think
just
the first two kind of like jump to my mind. The first is actually from my favorite film of all time, A Clockwork Orange. I think A Clockwork Orange ending is super fucking fantastic. Like the way that like when Malcolm McDowell's character just like he's just kind of returned to how he is, and then like the mayor or fucking whatever, like he's like let's form a partnership, and then like he's like this bombastic like Beethoven music that's like playing as he's like posing for the photographs and stuff like that, and then he has that fucking fever dream where he's like fucking that girl like in the snow while those like prim and proper like English people are like clapping along while he's like fucking this naked girl or whatever. It's like it's so perfect. It's like such a perfect ending to not just the film but just that character in general. Like I mean I could say that about a lot of like Kubrick's endings, but like that one in particular, like just like is so perfect. Like the music, like the characters, like performances, like the way the scene is like staged and like framed and like filmed and stuff like that. It's super perfect. And then the other one that I wanted to mention was the ending to Her. I think Her's ending is also fucking perfect. Like that ending is what made me fall in love with like the score from Arcade Fire, because like that music just goes so well in hand when like after spoilers for Her, I guess. I mean, spoilers for everything we were talking about, but like when
spoilers for I Am Love, guys.
when after like Scarlet. After Samantha leaves him, he's like kind of had this like self-realization about himself. It's like while that music plays, he's like giving that heartfelt letter to like his ex-wife. He's like, I'm really sorry for everything that's happened. I never got to apologize, but I want to apologize right now. And then it just ends on that like sunrise shot with him and with Joaquin Phoenix and Amy Adams. It's like so perfect. Like probably my favorite ending to any of like Spike Jonze's films. So yeah. What about you guys?
Probably my two are probably Mad Max Fury Road.
Epic.
Just the way that film ends, with him like kind of disappearing into the crowd. Like he cannot, he's not able to sit on like that high seat. He just like is forever cursed to be a wanderer. And Denis Villeneuve's Prisoners. I love that ending so much. Mm-hmm. Of just like you don't even see what happens, but it's all like implied when he like whistles, and you can it's kind of ambiguous whether Jake Gyllenhaal, I think he does hear it, but it's ambiguous as to what will happen. But you know that like the Hugh Jackman's like he's in big trouble for like torturing Paul Dano and stuff, and like
Wolverine tortures Riddler. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We will be talking about Prisoners at some point.
Yeah, I was gonna say I gotta rewatch Prisoners at some point. Yeah, so Luca.
Well, Jules has just said that he wants to go to bed soon, so I guess we should just kind of fly by through this. I have so many, but holy shit, because like so many great films end in great ways.
Already talked about it.
But I guess Mommy has a fucking great ending. Eternal Sunshine, obviously.
No spoilers for that one. I haven't seen that one.
I won't say that one. Yeah. And then just a really satisfying, like kind of upbeat one is like Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Yeah.
Portrait of a Lady on Fire has a fucking ending as well.
Shaun the Sheep, the movie. That ending is so heartfelt.
Shaun of the Dead, has a good ending.
Yeah, there's a ton, but
a ton of good endings. Yeah,
there's
all
so
the
many
great
films
movies
that
have great endings. Yeah,
Spencer.
I would say Your Name has a pretty good ending. Just saying. So.
Meh.
No, you don't agree? Okay, I'll just go fuck myself then, I guess. Yeah. Anyway, next question.
Yes. Okay, there's two TV show questions from Matthias. First one is, have you seen Love, Death and Robots? And if you have, what are some of your favorite episodes?
I haven't, but it's on my watch list.
I really need to get on that.
What?
I also really need to get on that. Yeah, so.
Okay,
we're both very sorry. It's shameful.
Yeah, we're very. I've been if a show's not an anime, then like, am I really watching it? Like, that's a big question for
Wow.
me. So,
I mean, some episodes are anime, aren't they?
That's fair.
Yeah, some of them are.
I at least want to watch season 3 because I know David Fincher directed one of those episodes. I think, right? Or...
Yeah, that's one of the best episodes, I'd say.
Okay.
I can't remember what it's called, but the crab one, that one's fun. I've only seen season 2 and season 3. I haven't seen the first season. But in season 2, what are some of the best episodes from that one? Drowned Giant was really good. And the Christmas one is really good from season 2, in my opinion.
Oh, there's a Christmas one.
Yeah.
There's always a Christmas special.
And then,
I guess.
And then season 3, Mason's Rats, that one was good. The Mini Dead one, I love. I think it's very fun. And then, David Fincher's one, and then probably the best episode of the series is the Jibaro one. The fucking...
Oh yeah, I've heard about that one. I heard it's fantastic. That's the only reason why I want to watch Love, Death, and Robots, because of that one episode.
Yeah, that episode is really great. And then second TV show question. What are some of your favorite Simpsons episodes and jokes?
I've never seen The Simpsons, so I can't answer this.
Yep, same.
What the fuck, guys? Okay.
The Simpsons just never was a part of my life. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like before my time, really. It was like
Holy
past
shit.
its peak, I think.
And I wasn't allowed to watch adult animation until like I was like 14 or 15, and even if I could find ways to see it,
Timmy.
Yeah, even if I could find ways to see it, I didn't have cable, so it's like I didn't have access to like The Simpsons or any of this crap. So yeah,
I'm just solo answering these questions then. Damn.
I guess so. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really like. There's lots of funny moments from all the Simpsons episodes. There's obviously that classic of him like going into the grass and shit like that. But I just really like the Treehouse of Horror episodes. Those are probably my favorite episodes. Just the Halloween specials. They're awesome. I love the parodies. I love that it's like little split together. It's like not like full episodes. It's like little concise shorts. And I like the itchy and scratchy gags.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
And yeah.
I will say I've seen some Simpsons clips, and I don't know which one this is from, so you'll have to tell me.
Yeah.
There was a series of clips where the Simpsons just like parody like Kubrick films or whatever. Like there's an entire episode where like Homer and like the gang like are like the Droogs from like A Clockwork Orange or whatever, and they like invade this like house party, but it's like filled with like all the orgy people from like Eyes Wide Shut, and then there are also like references to like 2001 and Barry Lyndon and stuff like that. Is that like one of the good episodes?
I think that's one of the Halloween specials. There's also a Halloween special where they like parody like The Shining. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've seen clips of that. That one I'm like even my dumb baby brain, like I'm aware of that one. Yeah.
I see the odd occasional clip.
I had another thing in my mind, but also the Mo calling jokes, like calling Mo's. Those will always be funny. Okay. And I guess just last question to wrap it off. Most captivating artist that you don't know much about from Pon.
Like,
I mean,
like director, musician, anything, I guess. Like artist, people, anyone that makes art. Anyone that makes art.
I don't know. I don't know much about Charlie Kaufman, but I would love to know every single detail about him, you know? So.
Yeah.
Like, Charlie Kaufman's kind of a reclusive guy. I don't know anything about him. I want to know, like, what sort of anime is he into? I want to ask him that. Like, does he watch anime?
Yeah.
Clearly he has, because he's referenced it in his book, Ant Kind, so he clearly watches anime, so I want to know what his favorite anime is.
What's his favorite hentai video?
Exactly,
oh my God.
Yeah. What does he whack off to? Yeah.
Oh my God, we got the same favorites list.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
This is kind of like a difficult question to answer because like there's so many directors that I love, but like I don't know many things about their personal lives, so like I don't know if I'm just like should be answering my favorite like directors and stuff, but I guess just like
I don't know. Would you want to know more about your favorite directors' personal lives? Like, because like,
what if really like, yeah.
What if they're like a creep or something like that? Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I think it's more of a sense like.
Do you think I wanted to know about
Roman Polanski's
personal life?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
it's
I
more
definitely did not
like...
need to know about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the question's supposed to be more like, who do you find interesting, but maybe you haven't seen like a lot of their stuff, or you don't know like a lot of their, you don't really know a lot about their social media presence or stuff like that. I guess Todd Field is a good one. Like,
yeah, I guess so. Todd Field, yeah, that's a good one.
He kind of just bloomed into like the film sphere this year with Tar.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I feel like I want to say David Lynch as an answer because I haven't seen everything that David Lynch has made. I need to see more of his films. But I feel like David Lynch is kind of a pretty open guy. Like, he has his own fucking YouTube channel, for Christ's sake. Like, Jesus. You know?
Awesome.
So.
Yeah. I think like a lot of those older classic directors are people that I find like really interesting, and they've obviously made like a whole lot of classic stuff, but I just haven't seen them. Like, yeah, Lynch is one of them, and like
what was
Hitchcock
Roman Polanski like before he was a diddler? Child diddler.
I don't know, probably a dumb old dude.
Survivor, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah, his wife was killed by her wife, what was her name? Jesus. Sharon Tate.
Oh,
yeah.
Sharon Tate.
Yeah, they were married before she was killed by by the Manson family. Yeah, so.
Honestly,
I would. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I would probably say Xavier Dolan, or just like any directors that like have made a really fucking great movie.
Oh, Neil Breen. I want to know more about Neil Breen.
Yeah, Neil Breen and Derek Savage.
No, we know too much about Derek Savage.
Yeah,
like
we don't know the full story.
What about like? But I guess I know about a lot about Tom Ford. But there's like some people that make like a great film and then like will disappear like off the face of the earth.
Jonathan Glazer.
Like, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
I would have said Shane Carruth if he wasn't a fucking dickwad.
Yeah, if he wasn't a fucking serial rapist. Yeah.
Yeah, so. he'd pop into like every 10 years make a fantastic film and then just like leave. Like that would have been a great answer if he wasn't like an asshole. But I guess anyone like that just pops out of nowhere every once in a while, makes like a great film.
Yeah, well,
and then,
I want to have
a new film.
Oh, yeah,
I think it's about like the Holocaust or something, like Nazis or something. Yeah.
The zone of interest. Yeah, I'm
okay.
looking forward to it.
I really, really, really want to know, even though I fucking hate these people, I really want to know everything about Zack Snyder and Baz Luhrmann, just purely because I just need to know how their mind works. It's like, how the fuck do you guys make the movies that you guys make and think to yourself, wow, I did a good job? Like, I need to know. I need to like psychoanalyze their minds and just be like, how the fuck did you come to this conclusion and told yourself, oh hell yeah, this is gonna make the final cut? Like, I just need to know. Yeah.
Well, then in that case, then The Rock. Like, I want to know.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's also
Joaquin
just
Phoenix would be a nice. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix would be, but he's kind of public about like his beliefs and shit though. Like,
that's fair. Yeah.
Like, there's a ton of art. Oh yeah.
David Cronenberg, like where he gets the ideas for like all his fucked up like
yeah
or like what's the woman who does Raw and Titan?
Oh, Julia
Ducournau. Yeah. So
yeah where
I'd
like to know like how her mind works, where she gets her ideas.
Yeah.
What made you want to make a movie about veterinarians being cannibals? Where did you get your idea for that one?
Where did you get the idea for a car fucking a person and then they get pregnant and give birth
What
to
porn
a car
have you been
baby?
watching, and where can I find it? Because I would like to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What amount of crack have you been smoking? Because I would like some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to know more
Alright.
about like how
Yeah.
one more, and then we can just I can give my
Yeah.
recommendation. Fucking shit. I can't blanking in the name. Fuck. Climax director. Jesus.
Gaspar Noé.
Oh,
Yeah,
Gaspar
Gaspar
Noé.
Noé. How the what was his mind? What was he on when he made Love? I just really, really want to know. Like, did he have his dick in his
Yeah.
hand like the whole time he was making the movie? I just want to know just so badly. Anyway, yeah, that's about it. Is there any other questions? Or
I always love to imagine Gaspar Noé like watching from behind the camera when filming Love and being like, "Yeah, that looks good. Could you just do it again, like a little bit, like
Oh my
that
god,
way?"
stop.
this is going on my cringe compilation. PewDiePie.
Yeah, anyway.
Yeah. Anyway,
right,
is that
Timmy.
it for questions, or is it my turn?
Yep.
Yep.
Yep, that's
Okay,
it for questions.
Okay, so
Yeah. Jingle all the way too. No, I'm fucking kidding. Yeah.
Wait, we need to say that we're doing Christmas recommendation.
Christ.
Um,
Jules
Me.
is so fucking relieved that we're not doing Jingle all the way too. I've never even seen the first one, so it doesn't mean anything to me. I probably should
Not
have
at 1
mentioned that.
a.m.,
Yeah,
Timmy. You can't do this to me.
yeah, yeah. We're doing Christmas themed stuff. So we're gonna be recording
Yeah.
these episodes early, pumping them out early, so in time for Christmas. So decided to do
Yes.
Christmas themed movies. Yeah. So yeah, I was teasing. It's like, let's do Jingle all the way too, because why the fuck
God.
not? But no, I'll save you guys. Save you guys the trouble, because there's a film I actually want to recommend and I actually want us to watch and talk about. And we've actually already talked about this director, and he's making a return. Satoshi Kon with Tokyo Godfathers.
Okay.
This is I think this is the
Interesting.
only one from him I've never seen, and I've always been curious. And it's a Christmas movie, so let's do it. I want us to talk about Tokyo Godfathers. So
Okay,
double
cool.
Satoshi Kon. Yeah. So cool, yeah, if you don't want to be spoiled for Tokyo Godfathers 2003, directed by Satoshi Kon, watch it, because we're going to spoil it. And be thankful I didn't pick Jingle all the way too.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yay.
Alrighty, but thank you,
That's
everyone.
it. Thank you.
Just wait till you see what I've got in store, Timmy.
Bye. Whoa, God, is it going to be a good one or a
Bye.
bad one? Yeah, Synecdoche, Shrek, that sort of thing.
Funny.
Yeah.
Synecdoche, Shrek.